All right, guys, I just have a quick topic video for you. I had an interesting conversation with a fellow viewer of the channel over on Instagram. So I have a randomrob_YouTube account over on Instagram. So if you want to hit me up over there or follow me or whatever, feel free to. Either way, sometimes it's faster and easier to communicate via their message system. But his username is Watch Rambler on Instagram, and he asked me my thoughts on what strap choice or bracelet should he consider for his upcoming trip in April for a 3-day 40-mile hike on the Appalachian Trail. Now he has a nice G-Shock that would easily perform that task and many more, but he wants to use his Seiko SKX. Like many of us, we attach memories to one specific watch. Mine is my Orange Monster. Every time I go anywhere or travel anywhere, I wear my Orange Monster because now it's like my memory watch. So he wants to tie this trip, this memory, which is a really awesome hike, and I definitely want to, in the future, I will do some hiking on that trail. So I put together a few options, and both the Watch Rambler and myself are curious to see what the rest of the viewers think, what their thoughts on it, pros, cons, whichever, if there's a standout obvious choice. I think there's some definite ones that we could probably exclude, but I still want to cover those. Obviously, you could do an SKX on a bracelet. This is not an SKX, this is a turtle, but you get the point. So you could do a bracelet. I love bracelets. I'm a bracelet guy 100%, and I wouldn't have a problem doing that. But size and weight and everything comes into play when you're doing a designated hike, and I'm assuming he's going to be doing the camping. He's going to be lugging things, so you want kind of a lighter weight package. Now, granted, that's again where the G-Shock would come in, but he wants to do the SKX. So now, if you do the SKX on a fabric strap, you decrease the weight. So now the only other concern that I would have is like a spring bar failure. So you could pack an extra spring bar or some even string or something like that to fish through there to get you by. Well, the string would only work, I guess, if you had drilled lugs, right? So SKX doesn't have that unless you have that new case from Crystal Times. But anyway, so that kind of rules out with a spring bar failure thing, the Watch Steward strap. Now, this is super comfortable strap, and I love these straps, and I think they're fine for daily use. But if you want to, make sure you're protected from spring bar failure, this guy is not going to do that because you wear it like such. So like if a spring bar fails, the watch it's just going to completely come off your wrist. Super comfortable strap, and I really do like them. But if you're looking for that style of strap, I think I would go with the Erica's Original Marine Nationale or whatever coloration you want to do, because it captures. So when you're wearing it, and the pros to this guy is it's flexible, and it has a nice deep hook to it. It's a little bit of a learning curve to get the hook on it, but once you do that, it's super comfortable and it's flexible. So if it catches on something, it's going to stretch, and then you may get a spring bar failure, but if you do, you're still captured on the other one, so your watch head's just going to flop around. So I think this would be a really good choice for that journey. But if you're not into that style and you definitely want to buckle, then that leaves you with NATOs. So, and NATOs are going to protect you from spring bar failure as well, which is not, everyone puts a lot of emphasis on that. I personally have never had one fail. So the only time I've seen them fail is when I was taking them on and off, and they don't retract, like the spring fails. And if you know anything about springs and metallurgy, a spring fully out or fully compressed, if it stays in that state, it'll be fine. Springs fail when you constantly, compress and decompress them. You're fatiguing the metal. So, you've bent something a bunch of times and it fails. That's what you're doing with that spring. If you leave it in one constant state, you're probably not going to have a failure. So typically, if you set your watch head up for NATOs, you're not popping the spring bars in and out. So if you're just swapping the strap, your spring bars are probably not going to fail unless you hook on something and then you break it, then it is a weak link. So that could be the way it fails. So this is, if you're going to go with a NATO like a double over NATO like this, where it has double material on the backside, I say definitely go with a thinner material in the seat belt style fabric. And there's many different options. This is the, if you look here, it says Strap Mill Canada. This is a new brand that just sent over to me, so I'll be doing a review on those. Of course, Haveston has a nice one. These are 20 mils, and then you got the Phenomenato. You do get the floating keepers with those ones, so definitely a great option. I think a NATO would be an ideal option if you want a single pass. Haveston owns that market, and they're a little bit shorter length. I'm pretty sure you can still get the 22 mils in there, and you have some pretty cool color combinations. So you have many different options. So I'm leaning on you guys, the viewers. Help me decide which strap we think Watch Rambler should go with for his trip. And then once we come to a conclusion, I would like to send him that strap, whatever it is. Whether it comes from my inventory or if I have to purchase a special one and send it to him, I want to donate the strap for his SKX memory watch to go on this 3-day hike. So thanks for watching, guys, and thanks Watch Rambler for the topic, and I will talk to you very soon.